Ladies and gentlemen, these are my feet. Those are Daisy's feet. And this is my first mahon. And now we're going to show you where the mahon leads to. Come on, Daisy. Now, the things that we're going to be discussing are land deals in the Philippines. We have my entourage here. Here, my entourage, my guards, my bodyguards. Daisy and I are back where we belong in Palawan. And I'm going to show you, well, it's actually 45 meters to where we're going now. And then I will show you the view from my hotel. Daisy and I are building a hotel in the Philippines. It won't be quite as big as Trump Towers, but it will be our slice of paradise. And we are now approaching a white sand beach, and I will give you some details as to renting or buying land in the Philippines. Renting land in the Philippines, if you are a foreigner, is about the only way that you can have land in the Philippines. However, the property that we are building on is not available to be for sale, so it's not an option. But we are 45 meters from a white sand beach. Come here, honey. Are you happy?
Oh, yes, I'm happy.
We're gonna build eventually it'll be a 4-story hotel, a small one. I won't tell you the name of the hotel, although I have it picked out. But being the alpha persona that I am, you can guess it's going to be a little bit rough. So what we did is we looked for land to buy, but that wasn't possible. Then we looked for land to rent. Now this is going to be there's going to be a lot of scams involved here. I won't be able to put it all in one video, but the first land that we went to rent, there were squatters on the land, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Talk a little bit louder.
Yes, it is. There is a squatter area.
Squatter area. So we worked out a deal with the owner of the property to remove the squatters within a certain period of time, and then the squatters would then be relocated, which the owner was going to do. So the owner was going to relocate. I was going to rent the land by, let's just say, August 1st. And the owner agreed to have the squatters off the land. But it wasn't August 1st. It was long before that. Before we went on vacation. That was like 8 weeks ago. We've been gone 6 weeks.
Yes, honey.
We had a wonderful time in Bohol, but we are back in paradise. So the owner agreed to have the squatters removed, but he didn't do so. Then he said, just give us the money for the land, and then once you give us the money for the land to rent it, we will remove the squatters. And that's ridiculous, because squatters have rights in the Philippines, and if I wanted to remove them at that point, I would have to actually facilitate them with living quarters and money to live, but no one ever could figure out how much money and for how long I would have to pay their physical bills for their electric and their water and whatever, their needs. So don't rent land with squatters on the land, because Philippines law probably put the link in the description box below. Philippines law does not allow you to vacate squatters unless they want to. And even if they wanted to, you'd have to supply them with a living space. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Daisy wasn't happy about that either. But then, now we have to talk about something that isn't actually a scam, but it's a problem. Because they didn't want to sell, that was the problem. Second thing is, when you rent, you have to have, in America it's called a clear title. Okay, I understand clear title because I had a property dispute in Florida, the longest running property dispute in the history of Florida. It took 6 years to settle, and it cost 100,000 American dollars, 5 million pesos, and I eventually got less than the property was worth to settle the case, because at that point I just wanted to get out of going to court every 2 or 3 months. But in the Philippines they have something similar. You have to have the ability to get a chain of title, because here they don't have computers. Everything is done on paper, so if you don't know which book to look in, you can't find out if there's a lien on the property, even if someone else rented the property, which was the case, right?
Yes, right.
So Daisy and I are at a party. It was actually when I got back to our slice of paradise, they had a party for me because they knew it was I was coming back from vacation, and we have some good parties here. So I'm sitting at the party, and I'm telling this one of the neighbors, Daisy and I have an announcement to make. Yeah?
Yeah.
What did I tell them? Go ahead, you tell them. Tell them that I said that we are going to rent.
We are going to rent the property next door.
We're going to rent the property not so far from where we live.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
And what did the man's face look like?
Huh?
And what did the woman's face look like? So the man, one of the neighbors says, really? He says, we rented that property 5 years ago. So we worked that out, and we worked it out amenable for both parties. Then we went back to the original owner, and the way it worked out was that for the rent that was given for X amount of years was returned and taken out of the 2-year prepaid rent that we had to pay for the property. And in order for one person to get out of the contract, we had to go to the bank and do our money transfers there. But falling short of that, there's actually no way to know how many people have pre-rented the property. And there were other complications involved with that, but not between the property renter and myself. There were some things that were done in lawyers' offices that weren't so above board, so to speak. Yeah?
Yes.
Well, Daisy doesn't really understand the above board comment, but they were kind of below board, but that was also worked out. So where we are is, well, we're not going to tell you where we are. We're going to build this hotel. Mayan Buntag! I'm back! Yes, I'm back! And that's what happened. Oh, so I am now an expert on renting land. I am now an expert on lawyers in the Philippines. I can tell you what it should cost, and I'll make some videos talking about the cost of lawyers in the Philippines, real estate lawyers. I can tell you it varies by 300,000 pesos from one lawyer to the other, depending on how much they want to slip it in and how far they think they could slip it in, and whether or not you are a virgin in the Philippines, baby. Yeah?
Yeah. And
and the the lawyer that I gave him a 500 peso, which isn't much. A 500 peso, well, this will be another story. I gave him a 500 peso consultation fee. He gave me a firm price, and before we were done, he tripled the price. And we'll get into that as to why he tripled the price. He tripled the price because once you get involved with any lawyer, they all slip it in, baby, far as they can. So, fine bon tag. So, give me the gakus. Are we home?
Yes, we're home.
Are you happy?
Of course.
Daisy
I'm
couldn't.
happy.
All those rentals, hotels, and Daisy likes to cook every day. And we missed our home cooking.
Yes, it is.
Daisy has learned how to make an Italian sauce like nobody's business. Yeah? The neighbors, we came back and we made a big pot of sauce. Daisy made, she makes the sauce the way I make the sauce, which is good sauce. And that's it, baby. God day to everybody.
Amping for me.
More fun in the Philippines, baby.
It's raining.
Ulan?
Ulan.
It's Ulan. The Ulan is starting to come down pretty hard here. I want to get the camera out. Go. Walk out to my... Come on. This, my friends, is our slice of paradise. Oy vey and shalom from Rabbi Chewbacca, baby.